Okay, well let's check out the radio now. I've got all the asbestos properly removed. So we'll start down in this area here. And this is the switch. Try and take a look at the you can see the surfaces that make contact in the switch. And I don't know if they look so bad. Here's a very good view. Well, looks pretty good along the areas where the contact is made. We can get up underneath here and doubt that. See it through this hole. Well, you can see up through the hole, but you can't see anything useful. Excuse me. That looks pretty good actually. Now I'll take a look at this area here. Does that look like a crack right through that? I would say so. I'd say that's a crack right through that capacitor there. Okay. Coil looks nice. There's another one of those capacitors. I don't see any cracks. There's a ugly old paper one. A set of coils back here. For some reason that particular capacitor is going quite black. Doesn't want to focus on that. Old style resistor down there. More capacitors. There's no wires coming out of the transformer. They look to be in pretty good shape. There's no evidence of compound leaking down through them. Now they're pretty stiff, but not as stiff as many. Pretty stiff, pretty stiff. Fairly large capacitor up in there. There's the power cord going to the power switch. The wires are in very good shape. There's some interesting coils here. This kind, I've never seen one quite like that. There's another one. There's another one down here. So that's a little interesting. They look kind of space age for such an old radio. Well, you know what? I haven't seen anything here at all that leaps out. I mean, clearly there's some of these. There's that cracked one. Yeah, that's a different one, isn't it? I think it is. No, maybe not. For some reason I remember 2000 written on the capacitor. That was cracked. Yeah. Slow to make up its mind. My camera is slow to make up its mind to focus. So, yeah, good number of paper capacitors. They could all be shot, or they could all be, you know, not bad. There's a big resistor up there. I have to put a little bit of better lighting on it there. Well, that looks really good. You know, there's a little bit of evidence that this radio is not used very much at all. That might be the case, that this radio really hasn't seen much mileage. Okay, let me stand it back up now, or sit it back down, or however you want to look at it. Put it back in the normal position. Maybe that's the way to put it. Come on. Okay, stay that way. Okay. See, that's pretty good up there. Yeah, so I did a radio some time ago with a very similar arrangement up here. All these switches, and it was all dusty like this too, because it was tucked up high in the radio, just like this one. Obviously this one's never been removed since day one. So the radio itself has probably been cleaned a few times in its life. And when I got it, the wires were unplugged. These are plugs here. These were unplugged. And I had a heck of a time figuring out which wire went where on this. So I remember that. But I do remember all the dust and everything in that. But I cleaned up pretty good though. It's an interesting little note here. Well, maybe you don't, I should say what these are, just in case you don't recognize them. They're sort of pre-tuned selections, if you like. You would push in this button and you would switch in this particular coil capacitor combination, and presto, you've got whatever station you wanted to listen to. Okay, never mind that. There we go. So, I'm going to clean this guy up. I'm going to leave him plugged in. Be a little careful about unplugging it. Now, maybe I'll just stop the video here and restart it once I get the vacuuming going. Or better yet, you know what? I'll start the vacuuming. And then, excuse me. Listen, I won't explain myself. I'll just do it.